Well, folks, that's some of the most astonishing pianism I've ever heard. Amazing. And it's a new discovery. It's actually the playing of Percy Grainger in the 1920s, in 1929, and a recording of his composition called Ramble. Ramble on the Last Love. And it's based on the duet from Richard Strauss's The Rose Bearer. And it's a work he devoted to the memory of his mother. In fact, he writes it here. He says, "Gift to the memory of my beloved mother, December 1927." Remarkable. Incredible colours, pianistic colours, and quite a visionary. I just had no idea he wrote music of that complexity. It just floored me completely. So
very sensitive, isn't it?
It is very sensitive, beautifully spacious playing, and we featured Grainger a bit last night, and I've been since listening to some of his recordings, and I've got a new respect for him, I have to say, having heard some of this. These remarkable visionary performances, and just he was a real big picture person. I think he just had that innate sense of musical architecture.
Yeah.
So
I was very impressed with listening to him, actually.
He's very erudite and very,
He didn't have any of the rat bag about him at all.
No, not at all. I think he was actually quite socially quite conservative in some respects.
Yeah.
He just had this crazy private life, and it's probably due to the fact that he slept in the same bed as his mother.
Oh, yeah, so it said.
Yeah.
Probably not a good start.
No. Never the mind.
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect. So poor fellow, I think he had a lot of gremlins that sort of, and all of that. Well, that was just such a huge part of his life. And I know that I don't want to get dragged into all of that, but I know that in the Grainger Museum they've got boxes and boxes of his own photography of a certain kind.
It's interesting that he had a devout wish that all be kept, isn't it?
Yes, he did. He felt it was a part of him. And his distortions were just that they were obsessions, and there were things that sort of had a sort of a parallel life with his music making. But he was very much into the S&M scene, and took photos of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those photos all still exist, and some of them are in the Grainger Museum, but apparently some of them are, most of them are incredibly explicit.
Yeah.
But that's the Grainger story. He had those distortions, he wanted everyone to know about it, and he felt that he could comfortably parade himself as he was, his music is just divine. That was just beautiful. And there's a couple of other piano pieces which are also registered. I'm going to feature them on a future missions, more from the same series. These free settings of favourite melodies, he says. And he never wrote Italian words on his music. He didn't have he was a bit of a Nazi, really, because...
he hated the Latin idea.
Yeah, he did. He just hated the Latin idea. I don't think he hated Latin people. I don't think he was a Nazi. But he had this thing about Northern European purity in languages, and he probably did believe in eugenics and horrible things like that too.
Probably.
Yeah, but...
A lot of people did that.
That's true. And he used to write letters which completely had no Latin words in them. So he'd write these funny sort of pidgin English letters.
He went to great pains to avoid them, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's just obsessive, compulsive personality type. Very unusual and very determined. But when you hear him speak, he just sounds like, anyone.
He used Latin word in prose. You can't avoid them.
You can't. You simply can't. No.
It sounds ridiculous.
Exactly, yeah. I think he sort of had a public and private demeanour. I remember my music professor said he met him once, but they were both side by side at the urinal.
Really?
Yes, and they had a conversation while they were having a leak. Yeah. And Grainger had got out on the front foot and said the saxophone is the greatest instrument in the world. He said, big call. I think he was going through his saxophone phase. This would have been in the 20s, early 30s. And Henry Tuzo, my teacher, challenged him and says, really true? He said, no, I just felt like saying it at the time. So there we go. There's a candid moment
That's a lovely story.
That's been passed down. Yeah.
The thing is particularly unusual to try and avoid Latin words when you, as a musician.
Yeah, totally. I mean, music's
Well, it's full of them.
it is everywhere. There's a Latin turn of phrase at every second bar. There's a rit or a rowl or a fermato.
Forte or a piano.
Yes, that's right. But
Accelerando.
exactly. But he went to great pains to say things like getting louder, get louder here, and he'd write things on the score like that.
Yeah.
I do remember when I was at the conservatorium, we did a work for glasses. He had in the Granger Museum, he'd kept hundreds of wine glasses, which were to be wet and made into like resonators.
A glass harmonica.
Yeah, like a glass harmonica, but with like 50 of them at least.
Yeah.
And all the choir members had to sing, but also had a glass each. Which
I see. Yeah, like a handbell.
Yes, it's a little bit like that. And it created this amazing sort of wall of sound, shimmery, phasey
that would be
sound.
lovely.
It was really effective. So he had this, he got a sense of that last night. He had this vision for sound worlds.
Yeah.
And, to his credit, I mean, not that many people have strong convictions of that kind. So, yeah,
Not at all.
it's absolutely fascinating. So we'll play more Percy Granger. He's a local. And every time we walk across Princess Bridge, his dad designed that bridge. He also designed the swing bridge and sail and a number of other sort of civil architectural things of significance too. Yeah. John Granger, I think his name was.
That wine glass sound, I had a bit of a reputation for annoying people at parties.
Oh, did you?
I'd have one or two and then I'd get fascinated by the sound.
Yes, God, that's wonderful, fabulous. Well, it could be a sort of instigate a gear change in conversation. It could be a bit of a leveler.
Yes.
Yay!
Oh, yes.
Now, Frank, I'm giving you the floor.
Before you do,
yes.
Before we leave Percy,
Yeah.
did you find the Gumsuckers March?
No, I didn't. Do you want to make that your first? If I can
go with the Gumsuckers.
If I can find it,
I think it should be there.
Suckers March. Percy Granger, drum roll, and by Percy Granger, arranged by Mark Rogers. Okay, we'll give this a whirl. Yay! All right, here we have it. It's here. I'm just wondering what the. Does it look like this is? This looks like it's a. No, it's a score. We won't do the score. We'll do the real thing. Here it is. It's played by the Dulles Wind Symphony. He wrote a lot of wind band music. He really liked the sound of wind bands. And his Lancashire Posy is a fabulous piece. Henry says it's one of the most interesting things he's ever played. He thought just harmonically and just texturally, it's really marvellous. But he didn't write conventional symphonies or operas or chamber music. He didn't do any of that. He just wrote piano miniatures, choral works, and band music, really, and free music and experimental stuff.
Yes.
Anyhow, we have it here, the Gumsuckers March. So this will be our first offering. Let's have a listen. that.
Hey.
Yay! That was fantabulous. I love it. It's it's a great sort of melodious. When you think of country gardens and pieces like that, he had a real sort of feeling for melodic content. And yeah, it's from a suite called In a Nutshell, and it says here, Gumsucker's March was begun much earlier than the other three pieces in the suite. The first known sketches date from 1905. It's a raucous, unbridled march that is coloured by small tone clusters, and it reflects both Granger's nationalism and his enthusiasm for the music of Grieg. And he was a native, says here, of the Australian state of Victoria. And Victorians, I didn't know this, Victorians are known as gumsuckers, as during the...
I had heard that, actually.
Yeah, and as during the hot summer months, they
Mostly by New South Wales people.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a sort of a...
Bit of a divider,
yeah, Sydney, Melbourne thing.
Yeah,
exactly. And as during the hot summer months, they suck on the leaves of eucalyptus trees in order to stay cool. Well, there you go. I think I need one in here. It's like an oven in this room. So maybe I'll go and get some eucalyptus to suck on. Now, I wouldn't mind following that on with... There's a recording here, and I really would like to hear of him playing it. And it's accompanied by a remarkable film which I've never seen before, and this has come from the vaults. It's a silent film of Percy Grainger, just like a static shot of him talking, and his body language suggests a very easygoing man in 1921. Easy, relaxed sort of personal demeanour, and it's a fascinating document. So I refer people to it. It's called Percy Grainger in 1921. And it's on a YouTube site called Pianopera, Pianopera, and it's remarkable. And behind this silent footage of him just parading himself and just laughing and being jovial, and it's a facial, close-up of him, we have him playing a recording of the Gumsuckers March. Now, I'd like to hear the piano version because I have a feeling this was probably the it was a suite written for piano and then later arranged for band.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to hear it in its original incarnation. So
sure.
We'll just have a quick listen to that, and the video is really interesting too. Oh, so excuse me. Whoa. I'm going to drag it back to the start so we can hear it all. Bravo, Percy Grainger. There we have it. Now, this is so interesting. It's the footage that accompanies that music we just heard is from the... this is a source that Chris knows a lot about. It's the University of South Carolina Libraries, and they've got all the outtakes from the Fox Movietone News, including all the stuff made in Australia. And all the outtakes are just fabulous because it's all the incidental stuff. And they've got over 7 million feet of nitrate film, which has all been digitized, and it's high res, and it's amazing. And the great thing about it is, I mean, the Fox News is all very contrived and very much of its time, but the outtakes are all of when they're sort of just getting the levels right and getting the color balance, not color, black and white, getting the light and shade right, and just doing their tests. So what accompanied that recording we just heard was footage of Grainger just in test mode. And he's really relaxed, and he's just chatting with other people and sort of clowning around a bit and being just a young 30-something, very striking young man with blonde hair. And, and he's just, an incidental caricature of Grainger from 1921. Fabulous. I just had no idea that was in that public domain. So a new experience there, but I refer it. Yeah, so there we have it. More Grainger. But look, let's change gear, Frank. Let's move into your world, because I'm really relaxed today. Well, all I've got in front of me is the tablet and the computer, and no turntables running today, because would love it if you could just call the shots.
Well, I just thought I'd do the women of jazz.
Yeah, please.
The divas as well.
Yes, please.
Following much along the lines of the doco that you had at U3A.
Yeah, totally.
So I'll get you a link to.
Yeah, that's fine. So, no worries whatsoever. Just fire away with any tracks.
But also, perhaps varying it a bit with my own selection.
Yeah, totally.
So let's start with Peggy Lee, for example.
Yeah.
And I want to do Peggy, just hold on.
Yeah, no worries at all. Standing on by, yeah.
Standing on by. This is VK3JR working vk3sl and test transmission 2 meters to 160 meters crossband duplex.
Absolutely, the name of the game, and we're out there. We're casting here on 160 at 1865 kilohertz, and also on UHF at 438.725. And also, there's also a YouTube presence. So if you look up my call sign VK3SL on YouTube, there is a vast archive and live streaming as we go. So onwards. Peggy Lee.
I thought I'd go back to a nostalgic time of Peggy Lee. For me, the first times I heard her as a kid.
Sure.
Which were really sort of semi-novelty recordings that she made.
Sure.
A couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, I think she made them with her then husband, her first husband, Dave Barber. She was married 4 times.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and Barber was a guitarist in one of the bands she was in.
Sure.
And I think he and she wrote this. It's a song called Mañana.
Mañana. Yeah, I think I've got it. Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds great, Frank. Thank you for that. All right. Mañana, Peggy Lee, a #1 record in 1948, it says here. So, there we go. I'll just cue it up and refer it, and then we're ready to zip. Thank you for that. So, here we go. Bear with me. It's a capital 78. Stand by.
The faucet, she is dripping, and the fence, she's fallen down. My pocket needs some money so I can go into town. My brother isn't working and my sister doesn't care. The car, she needs a motor so I can go anywhere.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
My mother's always working, she's working very hard. But every time she looks for me, I'm sleeping in the yard. My mother thinks I'm lazy, and maybe she is right. I'll go to work mañana, but I gotta sleep tonight.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
Oh, when Once I had some money, but I gave it to my friend. He said he'd pay me double, it was only for a land. But he said a little later that the horse, he was so slow. Why he gave the horse my money is something I don't know.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me. Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
My brother took a suitcase and he went away to school. My father said he only learned to be a silly fool. My father said that I should learn to make a chili pot. But then I burned the house down, the chili was too hot.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
The window sheet is broken and the rain is coming in. If someone doesn't fix it, I'll be soaking through my skin. But if we wait a day or two, the rain may go away. And we don't need a window on such a sunny day.
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
Oba, oba!
Mañana, mañana, mañana is soon enough for me.
Oba, oba!
Oh, Frank, that was fantabulous. I loved it.
She's lovely.
Isn't she
Peggy
wonderful?
and a different guys.
Yeah, she's got so much spunk and character. I think that was marvellous. I found an anecdote about that. Apparently, it's the first time, one of the first times a fade-out ending had ever been used.
Wow.
Yeah, and it says here the effect was achieved by having the band continue to play as if they left the recording studio and walked down a hall.
Isn't that interesting? Fascinating. You never knew that.
How about that? The proverbial fade-out. Yeah, that's Inception. There we go. Peggy
Wow.
Lee. Oh, I love it. Thank you for that. That was just marvellous. Oh,
Okay, now we're going to go to another semi-novelty. It's
Yes.
a bit later, I think.
yes,
And
please.
it's just called Apples, Peaches and Cherries.
Apples, peaches, and cherries. Peggy Lee. Peggy Lee. Here we go. Drum roll. Peggy, yes, it's here. It's here. I'm going to find the best version of it. Whenever I turn these up, there's like 10 different versions. Some of them are the authoritative versions. Some are people's bad vinyl transfers, and some of them are TV off performances. But I've got the official one, and that's the one I'll go for each time.
Very good.
So, yeah, here we go. Thank you, Frank. Let's have a listen.
Scooby-Doo beat Scoo-Doo. Scooby-Doo beat Scoo-Doo.
There once was a peddler passing by. His cart with fruit was laden high, and as he drove along, he cried across the village green, crying apples, peaches, and cherries.
Scoo-Doo.
Apple, peaches, and cherries. His daughter sat beside him there. She was young as she was fair, all glowing with a beauty rare, a maid of sweet 16. A young lad beckoned from the door. He bought some fruit and then bought more. His longing eyes were begging for the lovely maid to stay. He sought and found her at the mart. He wooed and won the maiden's heart. And now 10 children ride the cart across the village green. peaches and cherries, apples, peaches, and cherries. Now, if there is a moral here, such fruitfulness should make it clear. So shut the window when you hear a peddler passing by, crying apples, peaches, and cherries, apples, peaches, and cherries. Apples, Brussels sprouts, and peaches,
Green beans,
and cherries,
and broccoli,
and cherries,
and zucchini,
no, cherries,
and cherry,
and cherries. And Scooby-Dooby, Scooby-Doo, cherry.
So chill.
Yeah. No.
I love it. I'll go for the asparagus, but perhaps not the Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was just marvelous. Thank you for that. That was great. She's so just comfortable in her skin, isn't she? She just,
Oh, yeah, she's lovely.
yeah.
And we're getting into the sort of the Peggy that we love,
Yeah.
really, is something like Just Hold On.
Yep. No
Something,
worries.
a live recording she made with the George Shearing Quintet
Yeah.
of Always True to You in My Fashion.
Oh, okay. All is
Quintet
true
work is really
to
good too.
you in
I'm listening mobile too. Better than this.
Oh, thanks there, Ian. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. All is true to you in my fashion, Peggy Lee. And we'll just look up. Yeah, we've got Frank's playlist today, and I'm really looking forward to this. Okay, so we've got numerous versions. We've got to find the one.
Yes.
There's the
So it's
official
a Shearing Quintet.
with Shearing. Okay, Shearing. Let's see if he comes up. Hopefully, yes, Peggy Lee with George Shearing. Here it is. It's up here. So we'll just give it the lineup. There's always a referral process, which takes a little bit of time, but it's my convenient way to cue things.
That's fine.
Yeah, it all works. Sort of, it's convoluted, but it works. Here we go. Nice to hear. And one moment while it awakens.
If a custom-tailored vet asks me out for something wet, when the vet begins to pet, I cry hooray. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. I've been asked to have a meal by a big tycoon in steel. If the meal includes a deal, accept I may. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. There's an oil man known as Tex, who is keen to give me checks. And his checks, I fear, mean the Tex is here to stay. But I'm always true to you, darling, in my fashion. Yes, I'm always true to you, darling, in my way. Mr. Harris, plutocrat, wants to give my cheek a pat. If the Harris pat means a Paris hat, baby. But I'm always true to you, darling. I'm always true to you, darling, in my way.
Yay! Peggy Lee with George Shearing. Is that the version you knew? Yeah, fabulous. Love it.
So
She's so fresh.
gorgeous.
Yeah, totally. Yay, thank you. Oh, good to hear.
I was really impressed with this album of the Nina Simone that you put on.
Oh, yeah, the very first album.
Oh, yeah, that was terrific. And
Yeah.
I want to play 2 tracks from that.
Yeah, totally. Please.
Hold on.
Okay, we can do that. We can do it with a blom. Yeah, more. I can't get enough of Nina Simone, and I'm only sad that I didn't get to hear her live. I saw it there. I was visiting the 100 Club, and then across the road there was another club where she was featuring, and her name was in big letters, and I should have just gone. Never mind. But that was what. Yeah.
Oh, well.
I heard Adelaide Hall instead, but not quite Nina Simone.
I've got a Nina Simone record going back to the early 60s.
Oh, really? Fabulous. Yeah.
Obviously, if I'm.
Yeah. Well, the one we played last night was from 1958. It was her first album.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the one that sort of put her on the map, so to
What's
speak.
that called?
Oh, good question.
Don't worry.
I do know, but I've forgotten.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
So,
I'd like to play 2 tracks.
yes, please.
Little Girl Blue
Yeah.
and Don't Smoke in Bed.
Yeah. Yep. Little Girl Blue. I'll play that first. Or maybe, should we do them back to back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yes. From 1958. It's from. It's just written. Here it is. I think it's the name of the album. Let's just see. It's just
Think you're right.
Yeah. I think it's just Nina Simone is the name of the album. Yeah. So anyhow, so we'll just feature this first, and then Don't Smoke in Bed straight after. I'll just line that one up. There'll be a little bit of a gap, but we'll get there. So here we go, Little Girl Blue. This is so beautiful. I do remember I was listening to this inside last night while we had our post missions, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah.
Sit there and count your fingers. What can you do? Old girl, you're through. Sit there, count your little fingers. Unhappy little girl blue. Sit there, count the raindrops falling on you. Each time you knew all you can ever count on are the raindrops that fall on little girl blue. Won't you just sit there count the little raindrops falling on you. 'Cause it's time you knew all you can ever count on are the raindrops that fall on little girl blue. Know you, soul girl, you might as well surrender, 'cause your hopes are getting slender and slender. Why won't somebody send a tender blue boy to cheer up little girl blue? I left a note on his dresser, and my old wedding ring with these few goodbye words. How can I sing goodbye, old sleepy head? I'm packing you in like I said. Take care of everything. I'm leaving my wedding ring. Don't look for me. I'll get ahead. Remember, darling, don't smoke in bed. Don't look for me. I'll get ahead. Remember, darling, don't smoke in bed.
time stand still listening to Nina Simone. I don't think there's no point in trying to contain it or define it.
Yeah.
It's
Beautiful. It's so sad.
It's so marvelous. Thank you. All right.
We'll move on to Ella.
Yeah, I think so. Oh God, that's beautiful.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
It's so beautiful. I realise there's also some rare recordings of her from 1954-55 which have turned up, so we'll have to
Let's look at them sometime.
Yeah, we'll feature them as well. Yeah. Okay, Ella Fitzgerald. Fire
I'm
away.
still staying in a somber mood. I don't know what's wrong with me. This is from the. It's a song from the Duke Ellington songbook
Yeah.
called Solitude.
Oh yes. So Solitude with Ellington.
Yes, and the Duke and Billy Strayhorn wrote it, I think.
Yes. Solitude. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Duke Ellington songbook. I think that's the one. I presume. Yes, it looks like it probably is. I think it's the one I know. I think this.
It's one of her very, very best albums. She did a whole lot of songbooks.
Yeah.
Or actually a whole lot. She did about half a dozen, I think.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. I know this well. It's marvellous. All right, let's have a listen to Billy Strayhorn's Solitude from the Duke Ellington songbook featuring Ella Fitzgerald. We're right to go.
In my solitude, you haunt me with reveries of days gone by. In my solitude, you taught me with memories that never die. I sit in my chair, I'm filled with despair. There's no one could be so sad. With gloom everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad in my solitude. I'm praying, dear Lord above, send back my love. Dear Lord above, send back my love.
Oh, beautiful. Hey. Ella.
Lovely with the simple guitar
It is.
accompaniment, I think.
She's a force of nature. Wonderful. Thank you for that. Yeah, your choices are just exemplary. They're just, they really hit the spot. Is that?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We could brighten up a bit, I think.
Yeah, totally.
We might do an old chestnut.
Yeah.
Ella and the How High the Moon.
Oh, great. Fabulous. How high the...
Must be nearly the end of my time, I think.
No, not at all. You've got the whole show.
Am I doing that? Oh, right.
Is that all right?
Okay.
I should do this far more often. It's remiss of me not to give you the floor because I just love your choices.
Oh, thank you.
I really do. Yeah. Okay. High the Moon. Do you want to hear the epic live scat version from 1966 or the... here we go. No, they're all live. There seems to be quite a few live versions of this.
Right.
Here we go. Here's one that's possibly not. The lives are good, but they tend to be a bit sort of not that well recorded sometimes.
Yeah, I think if we could find one, not would be
Yeah,
good.
that's better, isn't it? Hi, yeah. Here's one that's on her official site that's live, but here's another one here. This will do. I'll try this one. I'm not sure about its provenance, but we'll try it out. Should be good. It's amazing how many versions of all of these songs there are. It's incredible how well captured these artists are. But yeah, this will be good. Ella Fitzgerald.
Somewhere there's music, how faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away too. Till it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, it's where you are. Somewhere there's heaven, how near, how far. The darkest night would shine if you would come to me soon. Until you will, I'll still my heart, how high the moon. High the moon is the name of the song. How high the moon, though the words may be wrong, we're singing it because you asked for it, so we're swinging it just for you. How high the moon, does it touch the stars? How high the moon, does it reach up to Mars? Though the words may be wrong to this song, we're asking how high, 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 high is the moon. Boo, 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 dee, dee, doo, da, boo, 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 doo, 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 dee, dee, doo, dee, doo, boo, boo, doo, dum, 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 dee, boo, boo, dee, dee, doo, da, boo, 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 bee, ba, ba, boo, oh, bee, da, ba, bee, boo, la, da, dee, da, ba, boo, bee, dee, dee, doo, dee, dee, doo, 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 ba, bee, bee, da, boo, ba, dee, bee, ba, ba, boo, ba, bee, ah, bee, bee, ba, bee, 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 ba, bee, oh, doo, dee, dee, doo, da, bee, boom, bing, bang, bing, bang, 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 boo, dee, 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 bee, ah, ba, bee, bee, dee, ba, bee, bee, boo, bee, dee, dee, doo, da, da, dee, oh, doo, dee, doo, dee, doo, da, do, dee, bee, bee, oh, ba, bee, oh, da, boo, bee, 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 oh, da, do, dee, ah, doo, dee, 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 oh, ba, ba, ya, bee, bee, oh, bee, 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 ba, bee, dee, oh, bee, ba, bee, bee, boo, bee, dee, dee, doo, da, da, dee, oh, dee, dee, doo, dee, doo, da, do, dee, bee, bee, oh, ba, bee, oh, da, boo, bee, bee, dee, oh, da, do, dee, 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 doo, dee, da, ba, oh, ba, oh, ba, oh, bee, oh, ba, boo, bee, 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 oh, dee, ah, oh, ah, yee, ah, ah, ee, bee, oh, da, bee, oh, doo, 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 ya, ba, bee, oh, ba, oh, ba, oh, dee, dee, ba, bee, dee, 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 bee, dee, dee, boy, ah, doo, 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 ba, oh, ba, oh, ba, oh, bee, bee, dee, dee, doo, ya, ba, bee, boo, bee, oh, ba, ba, oh, ba, oh, ba, oh, bee, 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 dee, dee, ga, ba, do, dee, dee, ba, 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 ya, ba, 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 bee, bee, ah, bee, ba. Though the words may be wrong to this song, we hope you like high, 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 high is the moon.
Ella in full force. That's great. She just could never put a foot wrong with improvising and scat singing, could she?
She never sang a note that was out of place.
Never. It's so natural. It's just like, walking or, yeah. It's natural consequence. It's just beautiful. Yeah, amazing. So there we have it. Yeah, Ella Fitzgerald. I was just looking on versions of this, and they're all live, it seems. There's many, many versions, and they're all live, and they're all sort of probably a little bit different.
It was one of her big lively things, you know.
Yeah.
It was as though she forgot the words. That I don't know how you sort of perpetuate that when you're doing it live all the time.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just about a nature force or something. Yeah. There's a version here with the Manhattan Transfer at the Grammys. I wouldn't mind.
I'd love to hear that.
This would be interesting. This is late Ella. So this would be probably in the 1980s, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, and the Manhattan Transfer are sort of doing the backing, and I think it's all sort of, it's a bit contrived, but they do cut loose. and it's the same song, version 402. And but yeah, let's have a listen. And I think she works in beautifully with him. It's just
Sure she was.
marvelous synergy. Let's have a listen.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you. We do this first?
We're going to sing first, though.
All right.
We just want to tell you one thing. It's a great honor for us to be up here with you, and even a greater honor to sing with you. It really is.
Well, thank you. I hope you feel that way when I finish. And it's an honor with you.
Somewhere there's music, a baby tune. Somewhere there's heaven, high the moon. There is no moon above, love is far away too. Till it comes true that you love me and I love you. Somewhere there's music, honey, a boy. Somewhere there's heaven, it's where you are. The darkest night will shine if you will come me soon. Until you will be still my eye, the moon. Let it go, let it lay. Bop it, bop, 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 let it lay. Bop, 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 bop it, da. Bop it, da, until you will be still my heart.
Totally amazing. Yeah, that gets the big tick.
Oh, yes, she did it beautifully.
She did really well. She's pretty old there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think that's in her sort of last era because she started off very slight and then she put on a huge amount of weight and then in her last few years she lost a lot of weight. I think it's when she had cancer, and that's in that.
Had her
period.
legs removed.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyhow, she was certainly standing there, but she's
Diabetic.
Yeah. I think it was all too but she was in good form, really good form, amazing.
Oh yeah.
From the Grammys back probably early 80s, I'd say, or late 70s thereabouts. So thanks. That was a great little escapade, and I can refer people to about 200 versions of that song online with there's stacks of them there. So
great.
but they're all good. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot, Frank. Yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot because I haven't got any 78s out. They're all on the shelf.
I'm getting stressed.
Yeah, you have to drum
Getting
roll.
stressed. Well, we might move on to Billy.
Oh, yes. What a good
Oh
idea.
no! Before we do, let's leave with early Ella.
Yeah.
We'll go one of her early recordings.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Which one?
Tisket or Tasket.
Oh, Tisket, Tasket. Oh, I love the song. B loves the song. Should invite her in. Yes, this is one of the songs that defined her very early, about 1936, 37.
That was Chick Webb at those.
Yes, in the era when she was with the orchestra. In fact, she sort of actually took over the orchestra.
She did. Well,
Yeah.
he certainly did.
Yeah, he tuttled quite prematurely, and
Did, yeah. He had very serious health issues.
yes, he did, and he was a midget, and
Midget, he was.
yeah,
And a fanatical drummer.
yes, marvelous
He
drummer.
used to have contests with Krupa or someone like that.
Yes, I believe that he had a very tight band. In fact, people crave. There's only a handful of instrumental recordings with the band where they play sort of in a virtuosic sort of way, and they're very, very highly regarded. And he had one of the best swing bands. But he mostly recorded with Ella, which was totally justified because she was so wonderful. Those all those early recordings with Chick Webb are very notable and very worth seeking out. We've featured them a few times, and I will always come back to them. Okay, here we go. I think this is the one. I think this is the version because, again, there's 200 versions of A Tisket, a Tasket. There's a fabulous video if people are interested of her as a kid singing. It's marvellous.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. She's on a bus and she's singing the song and she's with the band, and it's a dub over, but it's one of those little shorts, but it's marvellous too. Okay, here we go. The official version, Tisket, a Tasket from about 1937. Chick Webb with Ella Fitzgerald.
A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I send a letter to my mommy. On the way I dropped it, I dropped it, I dropped it. Yes, on the way I dropped it. A little girlie picked it up and put it in her pocket. She was trucking on down the avenue, but not a single thing to do. She went pecking all around. When she spied it on the ground, she took it, my little yellow basket. And if she doesn't bring it back, I think that I will die. A tisket, a tasket, I lost my yellow basket. And if that girlie don't return it, don't know what I'll do. Oh dear, I wonder where my basket can be. Oh gee, I wish that little girl I could see. Oh, why was I so careless with that basket of mine? That itty bitty basket was the joy of mine. A tisket, a tasket, I lost my yellow basket. Won't someone help me find my basket and make me happy again?
Was it green?
No, 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 no.
Was it red?
No, 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 no.
Was it blue?
No, 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 just a little yellow basket. A little yellow basket.
Yes, there we go. That was Ella in her prime. Well, she's always in her prime right through. But, it's a pity about the treatment of that recording, but never the mind. She just sailed above it. She was marvellous. Yeah.
She was.
In that, look, I might chime in and put one in to the mix.
Please do.
Yeah, because I love this era of early Ella. I just think that the band was so good and she was so fresh and so impressionable, and there's this fabulous synergy of a burgeoning artist and trust. You get a sense of trust and just warmth, and she's just really comfortable with this ensemble. They're very nurturing. Apparently it was a little bit of a family sort of a thing, because she lived with Chick Webb. She stayed with him and his family, and because she was sort of orphaned more or less, and
pretty much,
pretty much, and she sort of was taken under her wing and supported, and I think it was all very sort of legit and good.
It was interesting, just going back to how she first got to sing at all. You probably know the story. She turned up to do a dance at some sort of competition.
Yes, I think I've heard this. Yeah.
She got too nervous, and they said, "Well, sing. Can you sing?" She said, "Oh, I don't know."
Yeah.
And she sang, and of course she won the contest.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Well, this is very early. She's young, really young here, and it's before her voice so-called broke. But you really get a sense of Chick Webb's band, and it's just rhythm acuity. It's a very refined outfit, and I'll play this many times on the program because I just think it's such a compelling record, and we listen to it on the family setting very much often. But what's interesting about it is that it's early hi-fi. It's part of the World Program transcription service, which used the very best of Western Electric equipment and recorded these in hi-fi, and it's true hi-fi. And it's not like pseudo hi-fi like what we just heard. And it is quite remarkable. They had one cutting head in their New York studios, which was open to 14K, and it just enabled the bands that recorded in that studio to sort of have a degree of audio fidelity that no one would have been able to hear on their systems, but we can take advantage of it now and embrace it. So here we go. It's from that Vogue, and very early Ella Fitzgerald with Chick Webb and his orchestra, and the name of the song, Rhythm and Romance.
Brought me remarkable, you sweetheart. Rhythm and romance, romance and rhythm, an inconceivable pair that gave our budding a favorite start. The stars gleam, the moon beam, the sky seemed to smile. The breeze cried, the trees sighed. Please stay around a while. Rhythm and romance, romance and rhythm, a combination so real, an invitation to steal your heart. Seem to smile. Oh, the breeze cried, the trees sighed. Please stay around a while. Rhythm and romance, romance and rhythm, a combination so real, an invitation to steal your heart.
Yeah, totally amazing.
So tight, isn't it?
It's very tight band. It's very sort of like not loose tight, if you know what I mean. It's
I do.
But very whip crack precision, and she's just this beautiful breath of fresh air in that setting. It's marvelous. She's just got this beautiful youthful spirit that sort of has a lovely sort of connection. So
we might play a little bit of Summertime with Sings with Louis.
Oh yes, what a great idea. Yes, please. Summertime.
And she does quite a lot of Porgy and Bess.
Yes, she does. Summertime with Louis and Ella. This is a wonderful album.
It's a beauty.
I know it really well. It's great. Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Summertime. We'll get this queued up what a great suggestion. Thank you for that, Frank. That is perfect. And it sort of, gives her, another perspective on her wonderful. She had great ensemble skills. She was a great collaborator. And the way she works with Louis on this whole album is something to behold. It's just beautiful. They both, and of course, Louis sort of more or less is the herald of the style of jazz style of vocal style. That and he and I should contextualize this a little bit. He and the early blues singers. I think the early blues singers can't be ignored. They're hugely significant, and but Louis as well created the jazz essence that we sort of understand today. So here we go. Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Summertime from the early 1950s on VK3SL.
The cotton is high. Oh, your daddy's rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't
one of these mornings you gonna rise up singing. Yes, you spread your wings and you take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. Yes, with daddy and mommy standing by.
Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh,
don't you say, oh,
So hush, little baby.
oh yes.
Baby, don't you cry.
Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, don't you cry. Oh, that is I said.
Yeah, Ella.
Oh, the best.
Louis. Yeah, fabulous. Wow.
Look,
Gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to wind soon.
No worries, all
David
good.
has come
Yes.
and we're eating.
Yeah,
soon.
no worries at all, Frank. That's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for your selection. We've got to do this more often. You've got to sort of chime in and just...
Can we just play a little Billy before I go?
Oh, yes. Yes,
How about, in typical form, Good Morning Heartache?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Good morning. Oh, yes. Yeah. This is powerful. Okay. Yes, Billie Holiday. Yeah, she had something amazing. This is from 1946. It's quite early in the scheme of things, really, because, she only started in the late 1930s.
Yeah.
Well, she actually started a bit earlier than that, but, yeah. But 1946, Billie Holiday. And following that, I thought I'd write out tonight, Frank, with, but if you want to put your recorder on, or we can...
Yeah, sure, I can do that easily.
Yeah. Look, I reckon. Well, I can send you the link otherwise. And but I found that early set of Nina Simone recordings from 1954, 55 in Philadelphia,
Magnificent.
and I'd just like to play that because there's something about Nina Simone that just really grabs my heart.
I know.
Oh God, it's amazing. And look, Billy does that too. They all do. They're wonderful. So thank you for your wonderful suggestions.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's lovely.
Yeah, it should be around tomorrow, but I've got a busy day. I'm going to the APCS camera fair in the morning, and then I'm involved with another deceased estate, and could be some very interesting outcomes.
I've got a birthday. My 13-year-old's granddaughter's about to turn 14
Oh,
tomorrow.
my goodness. Okay.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Okay.
Well,
Sure.
that will involve me to some degree. I don't know when, though.
Okay. That's all fine.
But I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do. Just let me know, and we'll just work around that. And if I'm around, if I'm back, I'll just proceed and play some weird and wonderful stuff. And otherwise we'll be back again next week, and onwards.
Sounds great.
Yeah, thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Steve.
All right. So
and we need to talk too about not necessarily in a hurry, but soon about going to Harold's.
yes, absolutely, we'll have a call about that. No worries whatsoever. No, it's all looking very good.
I'm having trouble with my iPhone, so it could be if you don't get me.
Yeah.
I don't think you've got my fixed phone number, have you?
I think I might.
Anyway, try it if you have it, but otherwise keep trying on the mobs. I've got to go to Apple tomorrow morning to see if I can sort it out.
Okay.
It's a new phone.
Yes, understood. No worries at all. We'll get that worked out. I'll find a way of getting through to you, and email otherwise or something.
Yeah, sure. There's always email, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'd rather email than text, actually.
Yes, email's easier. No worries at all.
Easier for me, yeah.
That's fine. No.
Especially if I haven't got the phone. I can't do texting.
Exactly. I appreciate that. No, that's all understood. And, so thanks, listeners. Thank you for tuning in. I know Mr. VCL's listening in and others, and thank you very much. I very much appreciate your sort of being there, being a part of the experience. I acknowledge your presence. I feel people's sort of, demeanour in the midst of things. Okay, Billie Holiday from 1946, and then we'll have some Nina Simone. Thank you, Frank. Catch you next Friday. Oh, no, so or tomorrow, maybe, hopefully tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, cheers for now.
Is signing.
And vk3sl, I will come back a little bit after this, but yes, we're in our penultimate state.
Good morning, honey, you old gloomy sight. Good morning, honey, thought we said goodbye last night. and tossed until it seemed you had gone. But here you are with the dawn. Wish I'd forget you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. Now every day I start by saying to you, good morning, heartache, what's new? Stop haunting me now. Can't shake you no how. Just leave me alone. I've got those Monday blues, straight through Sunday blues. Good morning, heartache, here we go again. Good morning, heartache, you're the one who knew me when. Might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache, sit down. Stop haunting me now. Can't shake you no how. Just leave me alone. I've got those Monday blues, straight through Sunday blues. Good morning, heartache, here we go again. Good morning, heartache, you're the one who knew me when. Might as well get used to you hanging around. Good morning, heartache, sit down.
It's a Billie Holiday and Good Morning Heartache. I'm vk3sl. Thank you for listening, folks. We'll follow on with some early recordings of Nina Simone from 1954 and 55 in Philadelphia. I don't think they're official recordings. I think they're recorded in situ, sort of venue recordings and such. She didn't make her first official album until 1958. So I'm very keen to hear this. There's 40 minutes of it, so it's quite a bit of material here, so we'll let it ride. Thanks, folks. Catch you next week. I'm vk3sl.
Let me cry, let me sigh when I'm blue. Let me go away from this lonesome town. Won't be long till my song will be through. 'Cause I know I'm on my last go round. All the love I could steal, beg or borrow, couldn't heal all the pain in my What is love but a prelude to sorrow? With a heartbreak ahead, fire go. Here I go. Now you know why I'm leaving. I got the blues. What can I lose? Goodbye. All the love I could steal, beg or borrow, wouldn't heal all the pain in my soul. What is love? Only a prelude to sorrow. With a heartbreak ahead, fire go. Here I go. Now you know why I'm leaving. I got the blues. What can I lose? Black is a color of my true love's hair. His face so soft and wondrous fair, the purest eyes and the strongest hands. I love the ground on where he stands. Black is a color of my true love's hair. Oh, I love my lover, and well he knows. I love the ground on where he goes, and still I hope that the time will come when he and I as one. Black is a color of my true love's hand.
Remind me not to find you so attractive. Remind me that the world is full of men. When I start to miss you, to touch your hand, to kiss you, remind me to count to 10. I had a feeling when I met you, you'd drive me crazy if I let you. But all my efforts to forget you remind me I'm in love again. Remind me not to find you so attractive. Remind me that the world is full of men. When I start to miss you, to touch your hand, to kiss you, remind me to count to 10. I had a feeling when I met you, you'd drive me crazy if I let you. But all my efforts to forget you remind me I'm in love again. I had my heart well in hand, and I'm certain that I can take you, baby, or leave you alone. Then you begin again, and I give in again. I have a will made of steel, my friend. Ah, but when it seems about to bend, remind me not to mention that I love you, I love you. Remind me to be sorry that we met. Although I adore you, remind me to ignore you. You're one thing I will regret. So when your charms begin to blind me, I'll simply tie my hands behind me. Don't let me kiss you, please. Remind me. Unless, my darling, you forget. I love you, Porgy, don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. If you can keep me, I wanna stay here with you forever, and I'll be glad. I love you, Porgy, don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me with his hot hands. If you can keep me, I wanna stay here with you forever. I've got my man. Love you, Porgy, don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. If you can keep me, I wanna stay here with you forever. I've got my man. Someday I know he's coming to call me. He's going to handle me and hold me so. It's going to be like dying, Porgy, when he calls me. But when he comes, I know I'll have to go. I love you, Porgy, don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. If you can keep me, I wanna stay here with you forever. I've got my man. Barbers, bangles, hear how they ring, jing-a-ling-a. Barbers, bangles, bright shiny beads, sparkles, spangles, my heart will sing, sing-a-ling-a, wearing baubles, bangles and beads. I'll glitter and gleam so. Make somebody dream so that someday he may buy me a ring, jing-a-ling-a. I've heard that's where it leads, wearing baubles, bangles and beads. bubbles, bangles, hear how they ring, jing-a-ling-a-ling-a. Bubbles, bangles, bright, shiny beads, sparkles, spangles. My heart will sing, sing-a-ling-a-ling-a, wearing bubbles, bangles and beads. I'll glitter and gleam so, gleam so, gleam so, make somebody dream, so that someday he may buy me a ring, ring-a-ling-a-ling-a. I've heard that's where it leads, wearing bubbles, wearing bangles and beads. In our mountain greenery, where God paints the scenery, just two crazy people together. While you love your lover, let blue skies be your cover, lass. If it rains, we'll laugh at the weather. And if you're good, I'll furnish the wood so I can cook. While you stand there looking, beans could get no keener reception in a beanery than our mountain greenery hall. Let blue skies be your cover, lass. If it rains, we'll laugh at the weather. And if you're good, I'll get the wood so I can cook. While you stand there looking, the beans could get no keener reception in a beanery than a mountain greenery hall. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. don't know what love is till you've learned the meaning of the blues, till you've loved a love you've had to lose. You don't know what love is. How could you know how lips hurt till you've kissed and had to pay the cost? Baby, till you've flipped the heart and you have lost. You don't know what love is. Do you know how a lost heart feels? The thought of reminiscing and how lips taste of tears. Oh, they lose their taste for kissing. You don't know how hearts burn for love that cannot live yet never dies, till you faced each dawn with sleepless eyes. You don't know what love is. No, you don't know what love is. How could you know how lips hurt till you've kissed and had to pay the cost? Baby, till you flipped your heart and you have lost. You'll never know what love is. Do you know how a lost heart feels? The thought of reminiscing and how lips, the taste of tears, they lose their taste for kissing. You don't know how hearts burn for love that cannot live yet never dies. Baby, till you faced each dawn with sleepless eyes. You don't know. No, you'll never know. What love is. doesn't my heart go dancing? Spring is here. Why isn't the waltz entrancing? No desire, no ambition leads me. Maybe it's because nobody needs me. Spring is here. Why doesn't the breeze delight me? Stars appear. Why doesn't the night excite me? Maybe it's because nobody loves me. Spring is here. I hear. Spring is here. Why doesn't my heart go dancing? Spring is here. Why isn't the waltz entrancing? No desire, no ambition leads me. Maybe it's because nobody needs me. Spring is here. Why doesn't the breeze delight me? Stars appear. Why doesn't the night invite me? Maybe it's because nobody loves me. Spring is here. I hear. Near to you, even though you're far away, so near to you, always near to you, as near as April is to May. Can you feel me there in my favorite chair, staring at the fireplace, so near to now it seems we're face to face. For it's just as though I was standing before you, telling you how much I adore you. If I'm really dear to you, near to you, we may be far apart, and yet, if I'm in your heart, really in your heart, how near to you can I get? So near to you, always near to you, as near as April is to May. Can you feel me there in my favorite chair, staring at the fireplace? So near to you, always near to you. Even now it seems we're face to face. For it's just as though I was standing before you, telling you how much I adore you. If I'm really dear to you, near to you, we may be far apart, and yet, if I'm in your heart, really in your heart, how near to you can I get? How near to you can I get? How near to you can I get?
Okay, I've been listening to early recordings of Nina Simone, recorded in Philadelphia between 1954 and 1955. Extraordinary archival material. She was so wonderful. Thanks, folks, for listening in. We look forward to your company tomorrow. Should be around tomorrow for an afternoon show. vk3sl. Hello there? Someone there?
It's only me.
Yeah, okay.
I've had my meal, and I've got a recording of the whole thing. So.
Oh, fabulous. That's great. Yeah, it's just amazing. I've been listening inside. It's just incredible. Yay. Good. Frank, no worries at all. Catch up with you tomorrow.
Forward, Steve.
Yay.
Take care.
Cheers. You too.
Good night.
Yeah. Good night to you too, Ian. All the
I
best.
called in mobile before. I don't know if you...
Yes, I did, actually. I
Oh,
did.
okay.
Yeah. We're sort of in the flow. But yes, all good. Thank you for your presence too. Yeah, wonderful.
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you, folks. Catch you soon. I'm vk3sl.